A very good morning. You're watching the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Ashwarya Kapoor with you. Let us start the news bulletin with the top headlines. Death toll in Mumbai railway bridge accident goes up to 630 people hospitalized with injuries. State government orders high-level inquiry into sixth such accident in 2 years. Prime Minister Modi, Railway Minister Piyush Goyal expressed deep anguish over loss of lives. Ahead of Lok Sabha polls, the first high-level election commission meet today to check use of illegal money during elections. Supreme Court to hear petition of 21 opposition parties on paper trail verification in Lok Sabha polls. TDP releases first list of 126 candidates for Andhra Pradesh Assembly election. Names of Chandrababu Naidu's son Lokesh in the first list. Vice President Amit Shah accuses Pakistan of funding and training terrorists on its soil. Says Pakistan can neither accept nor keep quiet about its support to terrorism. Special Olympics World Games 2019 begin at Abu Dhabi. Record-breaking 200 nations participate in the event. Indian contingent is second largest after host UAE. The top story this morning, 6 persons were killed and 31 others were injured after a section of a foot-over bridge near a busy train station in South Mumbai collapsed during an evening rush hour on Thursday. The tragedy comes 8 months after another bridge collapsed in suburban Andheri, in which 5 persons were killed. Now, this is the third such tragedy in 2 years in Mumbai. Police has registered a case under Section 304A, that is causing death by negligence of the Indian Penal Code, against the officials of Central Railway and the BMC in connection with the incident. Maharashtra government has ordered a high-level probe into the tragic incident. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis said that he has directed the civic authorities to ensure speedy relief. Fadnavis also announced a compensation of 5 lakh rupees for the kin of the deceased and 50,000 rupees for the injured, apart from providing all the necessary treatment.
जो जानकारी मुझे कमिश्नर ने दी है उसमें इसको स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट में फिट पाया गया और कुछ माइनर रिपेयर्स कहे गए थे। उसके बावजूद अगर ये पुल गिरता है और इतनी भीषण दुर्घटना होती है तो कहीं ना कहीं ये स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट के ऊपर भी एक प्रश्न चिन्ह निर्माण होता है और इसकी भी जांच की जाएगी। स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट अगर गलत किया गया है, उसका रिपोर्ट अगर ठीक नहीं आया है, उसमें अगर कोताही बरती गई है तो निश्चित रूप से ये एक सदोष मनुष्यवध का ऑफेंस भी इसमें दाखिल किया जाएगा।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed a deep anguish on the loss of lives due to foot-over bridge accident in Mumbai. The Prime Minister said that Maharashtra government is providing all possible assistance to those affected. Railway Minister Piyush Goyal has also expressed his sincere condolences to the families of the victims in a Mumbai bridge collapse. The officials said that the foot-over bridge is around 35 years old and the last repair was undertaken in 2010-2011. Bridge was declared fit to use only 6 months ago. The rescue operations are now over and the team of 45 NDRF jawans have been withdrawn from the accident spot. And now let's get you all the news on Lok Sabha elections. Well, the Election Commission's Multi-Department Committee on Election Intelligence will hold its first meeting today in the national capital. The high-level committee will aim to map almost every Lok Sabha constituency in order to check a transportation of smuggled goods, drugs and liquor besides cash and fake currency. This committee's top agenda is to convert the expenditure by candidates and political parties in the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. More than 15 agencies have been brought in by the Election Commission at the committee to operate in a coordinated manner to check economic offences during the elections. The heads of these agencies are expected to participate today in this meeting. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has also decided to closely monitor social media campaigns of political parties and candidates along with their print, electronic and radio advertisements. The poll panel has enlisted the cooperation of Google, Facebook and Twitter to uphold the integrity of the political campaigns on their platforms. Before posting on the social media, the candidates and political parties will have to get a certificate from the Election Commission. The Election Commission has set up monitoring rooms to closely look at the content. The EC has also constituted a 4-member team of social media experts who will monitor if any political advertisement is certified by the Commission or not. The team will also closely monitor any content that is aimed at vitiating the conduct of elections or has the potential to disturb social harmony. The Election Commission is also creating its Twitter handles at district levels to follow all key candidates and to keep an eye on their social media activities.
देखिए MCMC का मतलब है मीडिया सर्टिफिकेशन एंड मॉनिटरिंग कमेटी कि मीडिया में जो भी पॉलिटिकल कंटेंट आए उसका सर्टिफिकेशन पहले हो और ये कमेटीज़ को मॉनिटर करती है। अभी जैसे चुनाव का समय है तो ECI के ऑर्डर्स के अनुसार कोई भी अगर मीडिया में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया में कोई भी अगर एडवर्टीजमेंट आती है तो उसका प्री सर्टिफिकेशन होना जरूरी है।
On to some other news. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reiterated his commitment to the people of the country, saying that he and his government aim to do much more than what has already been done. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi said that what was deemed impossible for decades by successive governments is now possible. He said that his government's unwavering commitment to public welfare has ensured outstanding results for all sections of society. And citing BJP's slogan of Modi hai to mumkin hai, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said that the party has chosen an effective slogan for the upcoming elections. In a blog post titled Agenda 2019, Modi hai to mumkin hai, Arun Jaitley said that the Prime Minister has demonstrated during the last 5 years his indefatigability by literally working round the clock. Arun Jaitley said that for the first time in 5 years in a row, India has remained the fastest growing major economy in the world. The Finance Minister said that in these elections, India will get an opportunity to endorse PM Modi's leadership, decisiveness, integrity and performance. Listing out the government's achievements as well, Arun Jaitley said that his government brought down inflation and implemented GST smoothly and also brought schemes like Ayushman Bharat for the poor. He also lauded the government for providing 10% reservation to economically weaker sections in the unreserved category. Arun Jaitley also said that during PM Modi's leadership, India demonstrated through the surgical strikes of 2016 and the airstrike of 2019 against Pakistan that it was willing to adopt unconventional methods of attacking terror at the point of its origin. And the Supreme Court will hear a petition filed by leaders from 21 different political parties, including political leaders, urging the court to direct the Election Commission for random verification of at least 50% of electronic voting machines using the voter verifiable paper audit trail, that is VVPAT, in every segment or assembly constituency. The leaders asked the court to quash the EC's notification that made paper audit trail checks mandatory in just one polling station in an assembly constituency. A bench led by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi will take up the petition. The leaders approached the top court after the poll body refused to accept their representation in the month of February. The EC is awaiting a report from the Indian Statistical Institute on what will be an adequate sample for matching the votes in EVMs with those in VVPATs. News from Andhra Pradesh now, where the ruling Telugu Desam Party on Thursday released its first list of 126 candidates for the 11th of April Assembly election. Names of Chief Minister and TDP President N. Chandrababu Naidu and his son Nara Lokesh figured in the list announced by Naidu himself at a late-night press conference. He called it Mission 150 Plus, as the party aimed to win at least 150 out of the total 175 seats in the assembly. He said that the first list of candidates for the Lok Sabha election, scheduled simultaneously, would be announced later in the day today. The TDP chief, who released an audio song for the campaign, said that he would kickstart the campaign from the Srikakulam district on 16th of March after worshipping Lord Venkateshwara atop the Tirumala Hills. Naidu will be contesting the assembly election for the 7th time from Kuppam in his native Chittoor district. In a huge embarrassment to the Congress ahead of Lok Sabha polls, its spokesperson Tom Vadakan, once a key aide of UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi, joined the BJP on Thursday and attacked his former party for its stand on Balakot airstrikes. Now, Vadakan, who joined the Saffron Party in the presence of Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad and later met its President Amit Shah, said that he was deeply hurt and that is why he is here. Asserting that the Congress questioned the integrity of the armed forces, he said that the attack by Pakistan on our land and the reaction from my party was sad indeed. In an apparent attack on party chief Rahul Gandhi's leadership of the Congress, he said that he gave the party 2 years of his life, but it has now been resorted to the practice of use and throw. Dynastic politics has reached its zenith in the Congress, he said, adding that he believed in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development narrative.
ये देश प्रेम की बात है. अगर कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी कोई ऐसा पोजीशन ले जो देश के खिलाफ है, तो मेरे पास कोई और विकल्प नहीं था कि उस पार्टी को छोड़े. और आप जानते ही हैं कि क्या क्या समस्या हैं, लेकिन अजीब गरीब बात यह है कि ऐसे वक्त पर इस पर टिप्पणी करना सही नहीं है.
Meanwhile, Trinamool Congress leader and four-time MLA from West Bengal, Arjun Singh, has also joined the BJP. He joined the BJP in the presence of Party General Secretary Kailash Vijayvargiya and West Bengal BJP leader Mukul Roy in the national capital.
सिर्फ एम माँ माटी मानुस अब सिर्फ मनी 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 रह गई है. इस पार्टी के साथ रहना, हम लोग जैसे लोग जिन्होंने वामपंथी लड़ाई हम लोग एक साथ लड़ा और वामपंथी को ख़त्म किया, इस दिन के लिए नहीं जो दिन आज हमें देखना पड़ रहा है.
Those were all the news related to elections, and time now to take a very short break. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
Nestled in the thick woods of Delhi's northern ridge near Malsha Marg, once existed the palace of Rani Vilayat Mahal, the claimant royal belonging to the erstwhile kingdom of Awadh. 4 decades back, Vilayat Mahal came to Delhi after being ousted from the royalty. She came here with 2 children, Ali Raza and Sakina, some guards, her greyhound dogs, gems and jewellery, carpets, collection of books and private correspondence, as per the information goes. She began living at the fences of New Delhi railway station near State Entry Road in protest seeking rehabilitation. After she wrote to then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Vilayat Mahal was given to stay in a hunting lodge in the middle of the canvassing ridge. The claimant princess passed away in 1993, leaving her 2 children, Sakina and Ali Raza, in solitude and cut off from the outside world. Few years ago, Sakina too passed away. After demise of his mother and sister, Prince Ali Raza continued to live here without electricity, water, phone line, in his hunting lodge, his fortress. Afraid of the modern world, unwelcoming to the suspicious movers and withdrawn, Ali Raza died on September 2nd, 2017, with many thoughts and unrestrained melancholy for today's world, which he saw from a rather close distance.
What Raisina Hill did was to give them some kind of an Indian acropolis. So it served as some kind of an Indian acropolis.
In the initial 3-4 months, we used to lose track in this building, lose our way in the building, because the rooms look so magnificent, so great.
While to a common eye it may look very simple, all functions here, they are very complex, and it's a teamwork.
As a proud, self-made republic, we could not have a queen or a king, but we had the head of state whom we called the Rashtrapati or the president, and we ensconced that figure in the grandest possible building.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back after the break. Vice President M. Venkaiah Nairo on Thursday slammed Pakistan for funding and training terrorists and likened its position after the recent airstrikes to a thief stung by a scorpion. He said this at the event in PSG Institute of Technology and Applied Research in Coimbatore. Addressing the gathering, he also hailed the Indian forces for their recent airstrikes on terror camps in Pakistan. The Vice President added that everyone witnessed how the Defence Forces fought for the cause of unity and integrity of the nation, how skillfully they did their duty in recent airstrikes. And talking about a farmer's plight, he said that agriculture sector should get the same importance as technology and research instead of sops like loan waivers.
We have seen how our army fought for the cause of the unity and integrity of the nation. How skillfully they have done their duty in the recent strikes. The situation of our neighboring country is such, they can't accept it, they can't keep quiet. There is a saying in Telugu, Dongaku teru kurte, vaadu yadavaledu, gamuga udaledu. If a scorpion eats a pearl, bites a person, he can't cry because he is a thief. And he can't keep quiet because it pains. That is the situation of Pakistan today. Our neighbor is aiding, abetting, funding, training terrorists. So the valor and the sacrifice shown by our Jawans should be remembered.
India and Pakistan held their first meeting on the Kartarpur corridor at the Atari border in a cordial environment. The two sides discussed modalities for a corridor linking Gurudwara Darbar Sahib in Pakistani town of Kartarpur with the Gurdaspur district in Punjab. A joint statement issued after the talk said both the sides held detailed and constructive talks on various aspects and provisions of the project. In the meeting, India also sought visa-free access from Pakistan for the 5,000 pilgrims per day to the historic Sikh shrine in Kartarpur, including both Indians and people of Indian origin. India has strongly urged Pakistan to allow the visit of pilgrims for all 7 days a week. It has also asked Pakistan to allow devotees who want to travel on foot to the shrine across the border. The Indian delegation was led by SCL Das, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs. The Pakistani team was headed by Mohammad Faisal, Director General of its Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Both sides had prepared their own draft agreements shared, so these were discussed in detail. Our side pressed on the need for arranging visit of at least 5,000 pilgrims per day to begin with. In phase one of the project, we have also emphasized from our side that in the spirit of this Kartarpur Sahib corridor, this corridor should be absolutely visa-free. There should not be any additional encumbrances in the form of any additional documentation or procedure.
The Government of India has decided to build a huge passenger terminal complex building, which is going to be a state-of-the-art building. It's going to be a green building. It's going to be a building which is elderly friendly, disabled friendly, and it will look after the needs of pilgrims from all over the country.
The Supreme Court on Thursday said that it will decide first on the preliminary objections raised by the centre and then go into the facts of the Rafale fighter jet deal case. Now, a bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi wrapped up the hearing on preliminary objections by the centre that review petitioners in the Rafale jet deal case cannot rely on privileged documents obtained illegally. It will be known later as to when the order will be pronounced on the issue. The top court asked the petitioners seeking review of its order to focus on the preliminary objections regarding the admissibility of the leaked documents. At the outset, Attorney General K.K. Venugopal, appearing for the centre, claimed a privilege over the documents pertaining to the Rafale fighter jet deal with France and told the Supreme Court that no one can produce them in the court without the permission of the department concerned. He told the top court that no one can publish the documents which relate to national security, as the security of the state supersedes everything. All the international news now. British MPs voted by 413 to 202, a majority of 211 for Prime Minister Theresa May to ask the EU for a delay to Brexit. Now, it means that the UK may not now leave on 29th of March as previously planned. Now, May says that Brexit could be delayed by 3 months to 30th of June if MPs back her deal in a vote next week. May had been forced to offer MPs a vote on delaying Brexit after they rejected her withdrawal agreement by a large margin for a second time and then voted to reject a no-deal Brexit. Also on Thursday, the lawmakers voted against holding a second Brexit referendum, a complete do-over that could see the results of the historic June 2016 plebiscite as overturned. Meanwhile, Donald Tusk, the president of European Council, tweeted that he would urge EU leaders to support a long extension if Britain needed to rethink its Brexit strategy and build consensus around it. Now, May is offering lawmakers a stark choice: either support her now twice rejected Brexit deal in a third meaningful vote next week, or face the prospect of a very long Brexit delay, which could stretch far into the future, perhaps for a year or more. News from the United States, where the Senate has voted 59 to 41 to reverse President Donald Trump's emergency declaration to spend $8 billion to build a wall on its border with Mexico. The vote on Thursday set up the first veto showdown of Donald Trump's presidency and a major political issue for the 2020 election. Despite last-minute personal appeals from Donald Trump and a White House lobbying campaign, 12 Republicans broke with the president to join the Democrats in voting against the wall. The margin, however, fell short of what would be needed to override a Donald Trump veto, which the U.S. president is now likely to do, according to his tweet sent a few minutes after the Senate decision. Donald Trump tweeted, "Veto. Building a wall to stop migration from Mexico was Donald Trump's signature campaign issue during his presidential election campaign in 2016. It was also at the core of the constitutional standoff between Donald Trump and Congress that led to a 35-day government shutdown earlier this year.
No, I don't know what the vote will be. It doesn't matter. I'll probably have to veto. And it's not going to be overturned. And we're going to have our whole thing. It's been, the legal scholars all say it's totally constitutional. It's very important. It's really a border security vote. It's pure and simple. It's a vote for border security. It's a vote for no crime.
Big story coming in from Afghanistan, where 31 militants, many of them believed to be Al-Qaeda terrorists, have been killed in air strikes in southeastern Afghanistan. The strikes were carried out in Ghazni province late on Wednesday, where the Defense Ministry said that they targeted a base belonging to the militants. Now, Qari Arif, one of the facilitators for Al-Qaeda, was transferring these 31 terrorists, including 9 suicide bombers, in several cars when they were targeted by airstrikes. The Afghan Defense Ministry did not specify who carried out the airstrikes. Remember, only Afghan and US forces in Afghanistan conduct airstrikes. Remember, Al-Qaeda is still active in parts of Afghanistan and Pakistan, where some of its surviving leadership are also thought to be hiding. And big news now just coming in from New Zealand. Gunshots have been heard near the Al Noor Mosque in Christchurch. Now, witnesses told local media that there were several casualties inside the building. The police have warned people to avoid the area. No casualties have been confirmed by the police so far. Christchurch Hospital and all of the city's schools have been reportedly placed on lockdown. And witnesses say that about several people are still inside the church at the time of a shooting. And among them were Bangladesh national cricket team in New Zealand for a test match. The Bangladesh Cricket Board spokesperson said that most of the team were bussed to the mosque and were about to go inside when the incident happened. However, they are safe but shocked. Sports news now. Special Olympic World Games 2019 began at Abu Dhabi in the UAE on Thursday. The event has already made history by welcoming a record-breaking 200 nations at the Games. A large number of women athletes is also competing at the Games. The Indian contingent is the second largest after the host UAE marched proudly holding their tricolour. Being held in the Middle East for the first time, 7,500 athletes will take part in 24 Olympic-style sports over the next 7 days. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.